Well, guys, Splinter Cell is being remade for all of us, and I couldn't be more excited about it. You guys can check out all of my Splinter Cell content here on the YouTube channel. It's been another one of those titles, kind of like Dead Space, that we have been wanting and just trying to go to the developers and telling them, whether it's on social media, wherever it may be, creating content around it, saying that we've wanted a new Splinter Cell. And finally, Ubisoft has listened to what the community wants, that being a Splinter Cell remake. That being said, we're going to get to, obviously we want there to be a continuation of the story as a whole, but I'm sure this could be the very beginning of what could be a reboot in many sorts of the Splinter Cell franchise. So let's get into it. So with that being said, guys, we're going to talk about everything that we know about this Splinter Cell remake. This is coming to us over the folks over at Polygon and Owen S. Good. Over there, the 2002 original will be redone with Ubi's Snowdrop engine. So, Ubisoft Toronto is developing a remake of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, the stealth shooter that kicked off a series by the same name and introduced players to the character of Sam Fisher. Ubisoft announced the remake on Wednesday with a developer interview and a lengthy YouTube retrospective covering the original 2002 game. We're going to take the time to explore what this means for us, for light and shadow, for animation tech, for gameplay, AI, even audio, Hendrino said. We want to bring something new, yet still connect them to that feeling that they had 2 decades ago playing that masterpiece for the first time. Now, first of all, I got to say, I love that they're remaking Splinter Cell. I think it's a great step in the right direction for us. It's kind of like what's going on with Dead Space. Now, that being said, we want a full continuation of this title at some point or another, and I think this could be the first step to that. Because obviously they're going to want to see if there's still interest around Splinter Cell, and they're going to remake it, and if it does really well, I'm sure they're going to greenlight a continuation of this franchise into the future, or they're going to continue remaking more Splinter Cell titles. Now, no launch date or window was given for the Splinter Cell remake. The original game, which launched on GameCube, PlayStation 2, Windows PC, and Xbox, turns 20 in 2022. So a report in October suggested that development on a new Splinter Cell for both PC and consoles was underway at an Ubisoft studio other than Ubisoft Montreal, which developed the first 7 titles in the series. Ubisoft did not confirm or respond to requests for comment on that report. Then, in September of 2020, Ubisoft announced a remake of 2003's Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time was in development at Ubisoft Pune in India. Originally due to launch in January 2021, it was delayed 2 months at first and then indefinitely to give developers additional time to deliver a remake that feels fresh while remaining faithful to the original. You guys can check out all of my Prince of Persia content here on the YouTube channel as well. We've talked about that as well. But look, guys, here's the big thing though. The really exciting news here is that Splinter Cell is being remade. And for a lot of folks and a lot of players out there, they really wanted a direct continuation, like a new telling of Splinter Cell, which I totally understand. But this, guys, is a huge step in the right direction for Splinter Cell, because at the very least, we're getting a remake. I mean, they could easily have said, we're not even going to remake, Splinter Cell, the original from 2002. They could have said that, but they didn't. So this is a great step, at least in the right direction. The next thing afterwards, it would be when this game comes out, guys, the biggest thing to do would be to not only support it, or at least, purchase a copy of it to support this for this remake, but to talk about it on social media, to tell the developers, to continue telling the developers that we want a continuation of Splinter Cell from where it left off. And hopefully, guys, this is just the beginning of many more Splinter Cell games to come. And that's the hope, like with other titles out there, like the Prince of Persia remake, like Dead Space coming back. All these titles that are being remade at this point, even Resident Evil. We want to see continuations of these franchises, and I think this is at least a great step in that direction. Let me know though, guys, what do you think about Splinter Cell being remade? Are you excited about it? Do you guys hope that this creates a long withstanding, franchise of the next gen consoles and so on and so forth? What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Splinter Cell content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.